everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for our next YouTube class. Saturday with Stacy, YouTube number 328. I feel such a time crunch. Oh my gosh. Literally, the minute I finish this YouTube, I have got to get to the airport and fly to Arizona for Creativation. I mean, like, chop chop Stacy, there is no time to waste. Holy smokes artichokes. I am off to the biggest trade show in the United States for crafting retailers, whether it be yarn stores or wood making or paper crafting and card making and scrapbooking. We all travel to sunny Arizona to see all of our most favorite manufacturers and what's coming for the next 6 months or so. I will be doing live broadcasts from the show that will be posted both on Facebook and, fingers crossed, Instagram. So if you want to follow along, we encourage you to do so. There's always prizes. We always make the manufacturers pony up some goodies that we can give away. And you don't have to be a member of Facebook to watch the live feeds. You just have to be a member of Facebook to post your comment. But our Facebook page and our Instagram page are public pages, so you are welcome to go take a look and watch the videos and see what's coming your way in the next several months. But seriously, the minute I turn this video camera off, I have to go catch a plane. Talk about like down to the last minute. But the samples are so pretty. I'm so glad I waited because the SMS girls made a few more samples yesterday that are just stunning. Now, what do we have for you today? Today is the next collection of Simply Defined, and it's kind of about me. These designs were kind of about me, and the name of the collection is Sweet and Sassy, and I'm not exactly sure that my parents would agree with the sweet part, but definitely the sassy part. And it's just kind of traveling through my memories of my childhood and early adulthood, and I hope that you like them. Oh my gosh, and there's a story behind each and every one of these dies, but I can't tell every single story. I would never catch that plane. Now, I am gonna do Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, and I am gonna show you, well, I guess I'll show you when I tilt down the samples that were the make and take that's going on downstairs. But another update on the shop that didn't hop. And please know, if you did not place your order during the July sale, if you placed your order 2 days ago, these time frames don't apply to you. No, it's only for those people who took advantage of the shop that did not hop sale, the warehouse sale, where they got dies at an amazingly low price. I mean, like really, like a $20 die for $1. So if you did not place your order in July, then these time frames, they don't apply to you at all. But for those of you who did place an order during the shop that didn't hop, we are currently up to 174 650s is where we're processing up to 174 650s. So we're still on day one, but you can tell we're moving right on through 174 650s, which means if you're higher than 174 6500, 174 650, you need to know that if you're a pay later, your pay later invoicing will be coming to you soon. We still have over 70 people who have not paid for their orders that are in the 173s and the early 174s. Now I know that it's been busy and with the holidays, but this is the time for you to now, you know that invoices come through because we've sent it several times. This is the time that we're going to need payment from you to get those orders out to you. We would certainly appreciate it if you could just give us a call or go ahead and pay that PayPal invoice. That would be amazing. We've gone ahead and purchased this merchandise in good faith for you, and I can't do anything with it until I can't do anything with it. It's allocated to you. So gosh, if you could just get us paid, that would be fabulous. And then we will get your orders right out to you. You guys in this group, you got the best selection. You shopped first, you shopped fast. don't let those deals, go away that you worked so hard to get. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. All right, and that's orders 173. If you start with 173 or you go up to 174650. Anywhere up to there, that's where we're billing to. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Now, I have winner chicken dinner to talk to you about. And oh my goodness gracious. I feel like I just need to take a breath. I had the SMS girls off this morning. There's a whole carload of them on their way to Arizona. They were at the house at 8 a.m. this morning, putting everything in the car so they could get on their way. Show doesn't start till tomorrow. I just have to get to Arizona by tomorrow. I can do this. We're gonna have so much fun. I can't wait to get there. Spellbinders and Sizzix and I don't know who else I've got. Hero Arts and Stampendous and Ranger, and I mean there's just a whole list of people that I have appointments with. I'm just very excited to get there. All right. So our winners from last YouTube, which was the Spellbinders flash sale and the Hero Arts unicorn inks and the Go Press and foils. Okay, Wahoo Kachoo, you're gonna win some of these. You're not gonna win the Go Press and foil machine. Sorry, I love you, but I just cannot do that. But we will send you out some lovely prizes, probably one of the flash sales and probably that unicorn ink, Wahoo Kachoo. Do you wanna know if it's you? All right, well, our first winner is Angela Adams. Hello, Angela Adams, is that you? If it is, congratulations. Because you're a winner chicken dinner, but you are not alone because we always give 2 prizes away. Are you ready? Our next winner is Tom. Tom, well, how many Toms can be watching this right now, right? So the field just got really small. Tom Woolsey. Hello, Tom Woolsey, is that you? Because if it is, you and Angela, you know what you are. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, Kachoo for you. Yes, we're very excited for you. Congratulations. And like I said, when I'm at Creativation and doing my videos from each booth, I promise you, I will bat my eyes and I will smile and I will make sure those manufacturers pony up some kind of gift so that if you are on Facebook and you do watch them and you're able to post a comment, you might find yourself a winner chicken dinner of some product that might not have even released yet. Hello, manufacturers, I'm coming. All right, so, well, I'd like machines from Spellbinders and Big Shots, please. Big and Sizzix, please. I'd like to give away machines. I'm just giving them a heads up in case they're watching. If you don't ask, you never know, right? Okay, so how do you guys claim your prizes? Angela and Tom, go to Scrapbooking Made Simple, look for the link that says winner chicken dinner, follow the directions, and we will get prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. We only ship prizes as time permits, so hang tight. I have a whole stack of prizes to bring upstairs for the girls to ship starting on Monday, and we'll get them out to you just as quickly as possible. Now, Today is about sweet and sassy. And like I said, I'm sure my parents would agree with the sassy part. The sweet, when I was a teenager, but my recollection is completely different. And each die that I have for you today, definitely it comes from a place in my heart. It comes from a memory of something. And Claire fell in love, SMS girl Claire fell in love with one of the dies. I mean, she just absolutely loved it. And I told her there's a whole story behind the die, and she's like, well, what's the story? And I'm like, no. You'll just have to watch the YouTube. So I'm gonna just show you that die so you can see the die that she was absolutely in love with, and then tell you the story. However, it might not be relatable to any of you, but it is to me. All right, so here's the die. And if you turn it around, this is what she looks like. And Claire just went crazy for her. She loved the big hat. So my brothers and sisters are substantially older than I am. Yes, I actually have brothers and sisters. Do I see them? No. They have walked away from me, and they walked away from my parents years and years ago. And so, I don't have a whole lot of memories of my brothers and sisters because they are so much older than I am, and because they weren't involved in my growing up. And then when my parents became ill, they didn't come back to help with any of that. And that's okay. They chose the life that they need to lead and how they want to lead it. And I chose my life. And I'm okay with my decisions, and they have to be okay with their decisions. But my eldest sister got married on my 10th birthday. Now, my birthday is October 7th, and I was born in 1968. So my eldest sister got married on my 10th birthday. I was not overly thrilled to have my 10th birthday shared with my sister and her wedding. I mean, I was going to be double digits. I don't know if you can fully appreciate when you are 9 how important it is to become double digits. So the decision was made, and she was going to get married on my birthday. And, this was when, and my family, please understand, my family is humble. We do not come from any type of means at all. We are tried and true collar working, middle class blue collar working family. That's what I grew up with, where mom made pot roast. I don't know, we must have had pot roast every week, and then pot roast became something else, and then that something else translated into another dish, because we weren't wealthy at all. I mean, we weren't even above wealthy or above average. We were just normal. So when my sister announced that she was getting married, this was going to be a big expense for my family. And it was the first wedding, and she's a girl. And so my parents didn't have, a lot of funds to pay for it. So it was done at the church and in a hall, and the bridesmaids' dresses were made for us by a member of the church. And I remember going over to her house, the seamstress who was making the dresses for my sister. They picked out the fabric, and I remember going there because obviously I was a bridesmaid, a junior bridesmaid, because I hadn't even made double digits yet, and getting all measured up for my dress. And I was so excited. It was such a pretty dress. Of course, now I look at the pictures and I'm like, what were we thinking? Well, that's where this came from. What were we thinking? So I don't know, maybe a month or two later, we go back for final fitting, and they put the dress on, and I'm twirling in it. And then the next thing I know, they hand me a hat. A hat? It was this big, white, floppy hat. We all had this big, white, floppy hat that we were wearing in the wedding. I loved my dress, but this hat? I don't know if you remember, if you are old enough to remember the 70s, why did we wear those hats for weddings? I don't know. Big brim. I even want to think there was maybe baby's breath going around it. Oh my gosh. So the day of the wedding, again, it was at a hall, and it was on my birthday, and the wedding was beautiful. It was very, very simple. But I also remember that big old white hat just keep falling kind of in front of my face, and me just, and I just wanted to take it off. And my mother said, no, no, you keep that hat on. You'll wear that hat the whole day. So I did, but it just kept falling in my eyes. Now, I did take a wee bit of pleasure in my 10-year-old self at the time, because again, my sister's wedding was in a hall. They rented like a hall. And it was like a cake reception. There wasn't like food served. We just didn't have that kind of money. But there was a TV in that hall, and the World Series was on October 7th. I was born 1978, October 7th, the World Series was going on. And I remember during her reception, all the men gathered around that TV watching the World Series as opposed to my sister's wedding reception. And my little 10-year-old self said, "Ha! That's what you get for having it on my birthday." Hence the sassy part of sweet and sassy. So Claire, this hat came from being 10 years old with this floppy hat from my sister's wedding. Are you happy? Okay, I've got to get going now. I've spent way too much time on that story. But there, I've told you. And if she hadn't gotten married on my birthday, maybe the World Series wouldn't have been playing. And even if that TV was in the hall, because it would have been, maybe there would have been nothing for them men to watch. But you guys will have to look it up and see who was playing the World Series October 7th, 1978. Yeah, my 10th birthday. All right, you guys, I'm going to tilt down. I'm going to show you what's going on downstairs, and I will talk to you later. Bye. My sassy little 10-year-old self said, "That serves you." Yeah, okay. Maybe that was just for me. All right, so this is what we've got going on downstairs. This is going to be the free in-store Make and Take That SMS girl Claire is hosting while I am at Creativation. And yes, this is one of my dies. And this background paper, oh, wait till you see it. It is brand new. I have it in a 8.5 by 11 size that is exclusive to me. Look at what they are making downstairs. Beautiful, right? I am going to show you how to do it super quick. And we're going to play with a few of the dies, and I'm going to show off this fabulous paper. Lovely, right? Just amazing. All right, so let's start. I'm going to start with this die here. And it's my butterfly die. It's in upside down, but it's my butterfly die. It is part of the I Want It All bundle, and it cuts like a dream. But I wanted to do something easy and quick for the Make and Take because Claire's handling it all by herself tomorrow. So I thought, okay, well, you know what? The easiest thing to do, Marabu crayons and some baby wipes and some paper. And that's what we're going to start with, is my Marabu crayons. Let's just cut this on down to size. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, what are Marabu crayons? Marabu crayons are a highly pigmented soft pastel, very much like a gelato, absolutely like a gelato. The only difference is the pigment is a little bit higher in these because Marabu is more known for a fine art company. And the entire well is filled with your soft pigment crayon. They are called art crayons. Keep in mind though, art crayons doesn't mean Crayola. Marabu is an international company and a little more recognizable overseas. And in Europe, they consider soft pastels, they call them crayons, art crayons. So that is what they are named here, but it is a soft pastel. Do you already have gelatos, and can you do the same thing with your gelatos? Absolutely. However, when you're done with your gelatos, you may want to look into getting the Marabu. They're a higher pigment. They give you more product, and the price is a little bit more affordable. They're just a beautiful, beautiful product. We used to be a very big Faber-Castell, Faber-Castell gelato fan, and I swapped gelatos out for these because the pigment is better, the quantity is better, and the price is better. And when I can offer you something that's a little bit better, I thought, well, why not? So, Marabu Michael and Marabu Mary. they just give us an amazing price, an amazing value on these. How do you use them? Well, you can use them in a million different ways. You can put them on your craft mat and you can get them wet and you can palette paint with them. You can put them over stencils. You can literally just crayon them and rub them. Let's see. You can literally just put them down and go in there and smooth it out. It's up to you what you want to do with them. They're just beautiful. So it looks kind of crayon-y when you put it down, but then a little bit of your finger and you can smooth them on out. It's just whatever makes your heart happy. For me, and one of the easiest things to do is using a baby wipe. Just an inexpensive baby wipe. Use them all the time. They're on my craft table every single day. I take my baby wipe and I fold it up and I fold it up and then I fold it again, and I might even do one more to get it down to a nice little square. I take my baby wipes and I put my Marabu crayons directly onto it. And then I come in. Gosh, is this the color? Yeah, okay. Then I come in and I just kind of color. And I kind of smear it around. And then maybe I want a different color. So I'll go right over the top of my yellow. I'll take my blue and I'll put it right over the top of my yellow, because I want my colors to kind of blend. And I'm just kind of smearing. And right now I'm just on basic paper. You can see it curling a little bit because of the water content in my baby wipe, but that's okay with me. When it dries, it's going to dry straight, and I'm going to die cut this. So maybe I want a little bit deeper blue. And again, I'm not going to change my baby wipe. I'm not going to refold it. I want all of these colors to kind of blend into each other. So now maybe now I have some dark. And maybe I want a little green. So if you are using your baby wipe as opposed to any kind of paintbrush or water, it just makes things easy. It allows you to have kids use this, or people who are not familiar with crafting, and they feel so successful with it. I'll tell you, I did this technique in a Yes I Can class for my son's high school. And Yes I Can involves kids who have IEPs, are on the spectrum, any kind of maybe a social interaction where they struggle a little bit. So Yes I Can is a class that they take, and I came up there and with about, I want to say there was 60, 65 kids maybe. I taught them how to use Marabu just like this, and then they came up and die cut and they made a card. But you can see I haven't used much of my baby wipe, and I just keep going over it. If I want more yellow, I add a little bit more yellow right on top. The idea is to have those colors blend together. They're so pretty, and if I want to go darker, I can go darker. It's entirely up to me. If I want more blue, I add more blue. Get it really dark. Because it makes a beautiful background. I mean, it truly does. Now, next time if I don't want to use these colors, all I have to do is flip it over, and I still have my baby wipe. And it's clean, it's not messy, it doesn't make a fuss anywhere. But I want to die cut this. Put that there. I want to take my die, and I want to die cut those butterflies right out of this. So I'm using a quick way to make a background color that then I can take and die cut. Easy way to color your die cuts, Marabu or your Faber-Castell gelatos, and then put it on top and die cut. So I'm gonna do that super quick. I'm gonna bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. And I've got my magnetic platform, which I don't actually need right now. Because I'm not trying to line anything up, your base plate will work just fine if you don't have a magnetic platform. The shims and the base plate that come with your machine are going to be just fine. I am going to use my precision base plate because this die does tend to be a little bit more intricate. It is a wafer die, which means it's thin as a wafer. And you're saying, well, what is this precision base plate thing? If you have dies that are difficult to cut, they're intricate, they're very detailed, and you're rolling it through your machine and you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it's not cutting, it's because it's hitting the roller, one, in the same way, and two, there's not enough bite in the platform, in your cutting plate, to get it to cut all the way through. You need something that it's gonna bite into. So Ellison came out with what's called a precision base plate, and this is version 3. There was version 1, version 2, this is version 3. It doesn't matter which one you own. If you bought your precision base plate when they first came out, it works as good as this one. This one just has a chrome top to it, which means that you don't see all the lines when it cuts into it. But by George, do you need this? No, if you've already got one, use the one you have. If you don't have one, the one you're going to get now has the chrome on top, which is a nice little, I mean, it's nice, but is it necessary? No, if you can find an original base plate, it's gonna work just as well. So what does the base plate do? It allows the die to cut in and really bite into it so that it's gonna cut your paper out. Now you notice that I put it shiny side up. No matter what precision base plate you have, if you can read the directions, if you're putting it down and then you're putting your paper and your die and you can read how to use it, you need to stop. You're doing it wrong. You never want to be able to see the directions when you're getting ready to cut, no matter what version base plate, precision base plate you're using. It always needs to be either with that black metal face up or the chrome metal face up. Also, when you use a precision base plate, you never use a bottom platform, a bottom cutting plate. You don't need it. This acts as your bottom cutting plate. So you put your paper down, you put your die down. This die has a straight edge here, and when I send it under the roller and it hits that roller, you're going to hear a ka-thump because that straight edge is trying to get under that roller. Does it hurt? Let's see if, I don't know if I can make it do it. We'll see if I can make it do it. Does it hurt the die if that happens? No, but if you don't want to hear the big ka-thump, you just turn your die slightly at an angle, because then it feeds into the roller a little different. It starts here and then the roller feeds up. It's not trying to take this cut or this line here, which is parallel to this roller. I'll see if I can make it happen. I can't guarantee it'll ka-thump, but let's see what happens if I roll it through. Okay, let's see. Oh, not so bad. Just a few creaks and cracks. That wasn't too bad. Let's see if I get it at the end. Oh, there you go. Ka-thump, right? If that bothers you, then all you do is take your die and put it at a slight angle. And then you won't get a ka-thump at all. Now, I always go back and forth with my precision base plate, and I always rotate my die just a little bit. See, nice and quiet. No big ka-thump, not even at the end. Look at that. See? People get the ka-thump and they think, oh my gosh, what did I do? No, you're fine. It's okay. It doesn't hurt the die. It doesn't hurt the machine. It just, you kind of go, ah, holy smokes, artichokes. So let's pop this guy out. let's see what I get. So when I did this die, I tried to make the fallouts, which are the pieces you take out, big, so that you didn't have to try and poke out a whole bunch of little pieces. So look it, I got half the die out in one big old piece. So I tried to make them nice and big, so you didn't have a whole lot to pop out. They would just come out as one big piece. Okay, is that all of them? I think that's one up there. Okay, I think that's all of them. And that's really all the fallout that you have, because I tried to keep it all hooked together. And then look at how pretty is that. And it's done. It's ready for you to do something with. Now, this is my gotcha tool. The gotcha tool is meant to hold your dies while you're using them so you don't lose them. It also lets you pick them up if they fall on the floor or in the trash. The gotcha tool was made for me by Spellbinders, so the only place you can find this item is at Scrapbooking Made Simple because this is mine. Spellbinders made a great little one called the Main Attraction, but the faceplate on it, the magnet was really small and it was this diamond shaped. And I mean, like, it really came out long. It was diamond shaped and it was awesome, but it was really hard for us to ship. So I wanted to reinvent their main attraction and I designed the gotcha. And I went straight to Spellbinders and I said, love your tool, like to make it a little different and a little bigger and a little better, because this one now lays completely flat, which means we can ship it easy peasy. And it's a wonderful little tool to keep on your desk to keep everything in place. And it will hold, gosh, it would probably hold 10 dies this size without any problem. It's magnet all the way around. So, so if you do use dies a lot and you tend to lose them on your table, one, you can go find them. You can also find them in the trash or the floor. And two, it just sits right there, or it can lay flat and you don't lose your dies. Now, the paper that we have for you today is from Best Creations, and it's just wonderful. They're calling it a brushed metal paper. I saw this paper about 8 months ago and fell in love with it. Oh my gosh. First off, can you see that? It's not glitter. It's like they said, it's a brushed metal. It is just stunning. It is beautiful. And they had it in 12, look at that red. They had it in 12 by 12, but we don't ship 12 by 12. So they went back and manufactured it in an 8.5 by 11, a regular card size, so that cardstock size, 8.5 by 11, so you can cut it here, cut it there, and you get 4 A2 pieces out of it. But the colors, oh my gosh, the colors. Now, I was in love with it the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it, I fell even more in love with it because it's double-sided. That means usually when you have something that is got some kind of a specialty glitter or this brushed metal look to it, something that's embossed, it's usually one-sided. Glitter paper is most often one-sided. This is double-sided. The possibilities, knowing that you don't have a white background here, the possibilities are like endless. And I'm going to tell you, this black is just, it's stunning. It just looks gorgeous. And when you put your die with the, it's not glitter. It's sophisticated. It's grown up. You just want to pet it. It's just beautiful. And you put these dies behind it, and it just looks gorgeous. I love, love, love it. Ooh, this might be who knows, right? So, this paper is what we've used to back all of the make and takes. Again, it's not glittery, So it's a little more sophisticated than glittery, where if you were doing a guy card or invitations or, I mean, a prom or it's just, I can't, you have to almost see it. I know the camera's not going to do it justice. I know that. But it just is gorgeous. And to have it double-sided is amazing. So we were playing with this. Now, I want to tell you, let me grab the black. I love the black. I want to tell you, when you die cut this, first off, it's very thick. I mean, it's like uber thick. And can you stamp on it? Maybe with a StazOn, because the coating that it has on top of it, it feels very non-porous. Very non-porous. And to die cut with it, maybe we will do, maybe we'll do that. Let me pull out her. Ooh, right? There's a story behind this one too, but I can't do it. She is in two pieces. You have the background, and then you have her. And what if I cut out my background out of the black? Let's bring my Big Shot back over. Definitely have to have a precision base plate. I know that this is an open frame die. I get that, meaning that it's open, and we usually don't use a precision base plate with an open frame die. But when you're dealing with a specialty paper that's so thick and has a non-porous coating on both sides, it's got to get through all of that to cut it. So let's give it a whirl and see what happens. I'm gonna put it just slightly on an angle so I don't get my ka-thump. I'm gonna, ooh, I moved it. I'm gonna send it on through. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna rotate it on out. So I'm gonna rotate my die. Oh, I moved it. Let's put it back in place. Pop it right back in place. And I'm just gonna rotate it. Go back in place. And let's rotate it this way. And let's send it on back. Why did I rotate it? Because it's gonna hit the roller in this machine in a new and unique way. And if it didn't cut the first time, hopefully it's gonna cut the second time, because everybody's machine, no matter whose machine you own, everybody's machine has its own little sweet spot. Whether it be a Spellbinder machine or a Crafter's Companion machine or a Sizzix machine, it doesn't matter. Everybody's machine, some machines, their sweet spots are over here, and maybe your machine, your sweet spot is over there. So if you rotate your die, then it gives the opportunity for that die to cut. Oh, see, look at how pretty. Oh, it makes my heart happy. You have the opportunity for that die to cut through better. So let's pop her on out. So she stays behind. My die is fine because it was a little heavier paper, so I could use an open frame die. Now let's grab her, and let's do her out of, well, let's just do the silver since I have it right here. And will she fit on this one? Why, yes. Yes, she will. And let's cut this on down. And bring my machine back over Still gonna use my intricate die, my precision base plate for my intricate die. Not giving that up yet because now she is a little more intricate. Look at all those bits and pieces that have to fall out. Put her in. I don't have to put her at an angle because her hat is high and it will feed into my machine anyway. It's not a straight parallel line, so I don't have to angle her. So I'm going to set her in straight and I'm going to go through. And when I get to the other side, I'm going to rotate her just a little bit. No ka-thumps. Sometimes you might hear a little creaking and cracking, and that's okay. That just means your die is getting cut. So I'm going to now do a rotate. 90 degrees. Send her back, and if it didn't cut through the first time, it will cut through the second time. Let's pull her out, turn her over. See if I can see the cuts. It looks pretty good. Let's see what we get. So all my bits and pieces to come out. All my bits and pieces. Now this one in her face is a little more intricate. So you might have to just pop it just gently all the way around. Until you get it out. Let's pop that little back piece out. Tweezers. Come on. There we go. And did I get it? So close. There we go. And the little mouth. Okay, I think we're good. My little piece down here. Okay, I think I've got all of it out. Oh, but I didn't do all of her pieces up here. Well, I'm not going to do that. I just want to give you an idea of how she looks when she's out on that paper. She looks amazing, doesn't she? And because the paper has got this texture to it, you don't need to add anything more. You can be done. How gorgeous is that? You can be done. Put a sentiment on it and call it done. The paper is the texture and the definition and the dimension to your project. The paper is what does it. I'd love to say that it's my die. It isn't. No, it's the paper. I mean, my die looks really good. I think so. I'm biased. But it really is the paper when less is more. Let the product that you're using do all the work. So pretty. Now, what happens if you don't use a precision base plate? I'm going to take my butterfly out again, and I'm going to grab the black again. And I'm going to cut. What happens if you don't use a precision base plate with this paper? Love her. Let's bring my machine on over. I'm gonna take my precision base plate off. And I'm just gonna put my regular cutting pad down. I'm gonna put my paper, I'm gonna put my die, I'm gonna bring over a do not cut plate, and I'm gonna roll it as if I don't have that precision base plate. I wanna show you what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna send it through once, just like I normally do. Ooh, I might get a ka-thump because I didn't rotate. We'll see if I get a ka-thump at an end. Oh, not too bad. I'm gonna rotate it just a little. Well, maybe I can even do a full turn. Just so the roller hits it in a different way. Again, we might get a ka-thump. Not too bad. Let me move my machine over. And let's pull it out. Oh, got a piece stuck in there. What do you get? Okay, you get something that I love. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Nope, that's gonna take me to cut it off. So because we didn't use the precision base plate, it didn't cut all the way through. It almost acted like an embossing or a letterpress. And I like the backside better. Look at that. Let's say you wanted that butterfly detail, but you didn't want to die cut it. You just wanted that detail put into paper. Because we didn't use that precision base plate, it didn't bite enough into my clear cutting plates to make the cut. But it left, look at that. And this is the back side. This is the front side. So the back side looks better. It's where that detail comes up. And you can do it with any of the colors. Let's try the blue. And you can do it with any of the dies. Should I take one? I like the butterfly. So cut myself a piece. So you're doing a card or you're doing a mat for your layouts. So you want that butterfly detail there, but you don't want it to cut out. You're not looking for this. You need a solid piece of paper. You want to make your own background paper. You're going to use the die with this paper, only you're not going to use your precision base plate. So it doesn't cut all the way through. Put it in at a little bit of an angle. Sandwich between two plates, my cut plate, my paper, my die, my do not cut plate. Send it on through. I've got it at a little bit of an angle so it feeds in just easy peasy. No ka-thump at all. I get to the end, I rotate just a little bit. I send it on back, although since you're not trying to die cut it, I suppose you don't even need to rotate it. I'm just trying to make a fabulous background. And again, I like the back side better because the detail is more. Now it has almost cut through, which means I can take my scissors and just get to that line, and then it just literally zhish right up. Cut that line and then just let your scissors go zh. I'm not even trying to cut it. I'm just letting the scissors follow that crease line that's already been put in. Zoop. Sound effects required, absolutely. So I've got a front side that has all of that detail, and I've got a back side that's got all of that detail. It is amazingly beautiful. And it's up to you what you like better, the front or the back. But with this paper, it lets you then, it lets you then put your sentiment across, and maybe you cut out another butterfly to put on top, and you've made this beautiful background without anything falling out. It's because this paper is double-sided with the brushed metal that allows you to do that. Because it's keeping that paper inside because of the type of material, the non-porous material, plasticky, that's covering the top and the bottom. It's not letting the die cut all the way through unless you use that precision base plate to do it. So pretty. Maybe you want butterflies for her. I don't know. But now you've made a textured background for her of butterflies to sit on. You have options. When you're using this paper and you're not using a precision base plate, it doesn't matter whose dies you're using. You're going to get the same effect if it's a wafer die. And that's what these are, a wafer die. Isn't she pretty with that textured background? Love, love, love. Or I can put my butterflies on it. Love, love, love. Options by the plenty. But there's still one more die. Well, it's not a die. One more thing I want to show you with this paper that I love, love, love. And oh my gosh, I didn't say, well, maybe I have a little bit of black left. I just love the black. Black makes my heart happy. I'm gonna play with the hot foil plate. You're looking at it going, what is that? Well, she's got her stilettos on, right? This is such a girly release. This is all me. When I was just starting out, I wore shoes like this every day of my life when I was working. I wore stilettos. So I've got just a beautiful little image, and then we've got the hot foil plates, and one of them says, keep your heels, your head, and your standards high, girl boss, hello, and stylish. But I want you to see how beautiful this paper foils. It's just like yummy. So I'm gonna bring my Go Press and Foil machine on over, and we've kept the Go Press and Foil machine on sale with the free foiling plates through this YouTube. First thing you have to know is when you plug it in, it's going to just have a red light. You must click that button to make that light turn on. You gotta click the button. Now I've kept mine on this whole YouTube time, so it's already green. When you click that button, it's gonna flash red, and you're gonna feel this machine heating up. This is a heating element, which means it just takes off. You disconnect it from the base when you wanna go ahead and hot foil something, because we're gonna roll it through our big shot machine. Oh, see, now it's blinking. See, it says, I'm not ready. It says, nope, I'm not hot enough, and you can feel the heat coming through. Is it hot enough to burn you? No, you want to keep it away from kids, absolutely, but you know, it's not hot enough to burn you. This is a non-stick surface here, so I am going to take my foil plate, and this isn't a cut and foil, it's just a foil plate, and I'm going to lay it right down on that surface with all those ridges facing me. Ridges facing me. Then I have got my beautiful piece of brushed metal paper, and I'm gonna take the pink because I like rose gold, and I'm gonna cut off a piece. Now remember, when you're using your foiling, If this is you holding your foil and you wanted to do the reveal like I do and you wanted to pull it back, what color would you want to see on your paper? Would you want to see this beautiful rose gold or this dull, yucky silver? You want to see your beautiful rose gold. So the rose gold is always going to be facing you when you're holding it. Facing you. Then you turn it and put it right down against your foiling plate. Now, everybody's machine is different. Everybody's die cutting machine is different. If you buy a Go Press and Foil, my Go Press and Foil machine is going to be exactly the same as yours. There's going to be no difference. The difference is going to be in your die cutting machine. Is your die cutting machine Spellbinders? Is it a Sizzix? Is it a Express where it sends it on through? Have you had your die cutting machine for 10 years? Have you had it for 2 days? Everybody's die cutting machine is going to be a little bit different based off of the manufacturer and the usage. What doesn't change is their Go Press and Foil machine. So when you get your Go Press and Foil machine, you need to take about an hour of your life and play with some paper shims. Some machines won't need a paper shim at all. Some machines are going to need 2 pieces of paper to put on top. You need to have enough pressure that when you send it through, it foils the whole thing. Most people don't get a good foiling result for 2 reasons. One, they don't have enough pressure, so they need to add a shim. And literally a piece of 100-pound cardstock can make the difference. Or they don't let it get hot enough. You've got to let this machine do what it does best. It transfers that foil via heat and pressure. So if you don't have enough heat, but you've got great pressure, you're still not going to make a great transfer. Or if you've got enough heat, but not enough pressure, you're not going to make a great transfer. Is that the one I just said? You know what I mean. You got to have both the heat and the pressure at the same time for this plate to work. And I promise you, if you just take an hour of your time to play with no expectations, and being that the machine comes with 2 rolls of foil, it comes with a gold and a silver, 2 rolls of foil, and because we're selling the machine with plates, we're doing an added bonus, and instead of $149.99, it's $79.99 for everything. Give yourself permission to play. It's only paper. That's all you're going to do. And if you start with basic cardstock and you figure out what shim you need, and then maybe you do some on vellum, maybe you pull out some ribbon. Can you foil on ribbon? Yes, you can foil on ribbon, and you just play. Now it's turned green, telling me that it is hot enough to go through my Sizzix Big Shot machine. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine or your Platinum machine. Whatever machine you have that does steel rule dies, it's got to be able to accept thick dies. Now I'm going to send it on through. And remember, we're working on heat and pressure. So I need to give the roller that's in this machine enough time to wheel over it to add that pressure. So you're going to slow your roll. Did you see how slow I went? And in fact, you sing yourself the Marilyn Monroe version of Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. The Marilyn Monroe version, because that slows your roll. We're not die cutting, so we're not going zoop and zoop. We need that heat and that pressure to do what it's supposed to do. Now I'm going to move my Big Shot machine back. I'm going to bring over my Go Press and Foil again, and I'm going to put it right back in. Because every time you take it out, it starts to cool. And every time you put it right back in the base, it starts to heat up. And if I want to do this again and again, I want to foil a lot of things, I want to keep this as hot as I can for as long as I can. I don't want to set it aside and 5 minutes later come back and put it back in, because then it's going to take a little bit longer for it to heat up. I want to have it ready, ready, ready. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, is that fabulous? I love, love, love it. It's just a little bit of pretty. It foils on this paper like a dream. But what if we made a mistake? What if we wanted to have, gosh, there's a word that comes with this. Let's just do a stylish. What if we wanted to have the word there too? No, it's gotta go. Okay, I wanna make sure I put my word right. Okay, so there. There, yes, okay. Flip them down. Okay, so what if I wanted my word there as well? I've got a back side of the paper. All I have to do is cut a different piece of foil, or if I wanted to use the same color, and because I'm keeping this thing hot, yeah, that way. Pretty side facing you, then put it down. Close it up. And right now it says it's green. It says it's good to go, but I know better than that. I know that there's no way it can be good to go. I just had it open and I put paper and I put the plate and I put the foil. I'm sure that this is gonna go flashing red at some point. So I'm just gonna give it a moment to think. And I'm gonna let it heat up. There it goes. I knew it wasn't ready. I'm gonna give it that opportunity to heat up again. Because again, it's that pressure and that heat that makes the transfer. And because the brushed metal paper is double-sided, if you oopsie, it's okay, turn it over. It's just paper. You're not losing anything because it's not just white on one side and pretty on the other. Can you heat emboss onto this? Absolutely. Stamp with your Versamark, throw your powder down, heat emboss. Again, stamping, you're probably going to want to use a permanent type of ink, a permanent ink. So stays on or an archival. Think like Sharpie markers, because this has got a coating on it that gives that brushed look. Oh, it says it's green. It turned green. Should we give it a whirl and see what happens? Now I added an element to it, so let's see if I have enough pressure for all of it since I added that word. And I'm gonna slow my roll, and because it says stylish and it's heels, we're gonna think Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday to the President. And gosh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I feel old right now, but go Google it, Marilyn Monroe singing Happy Birthday to the President, and you will understand, because it really will slow your roll. We're not trying to die cut here, we're trying to foil. And it gives you that professional look that you see in all the really expensive greeting cards. Oh, I don't know, I'm nervous because I only had one shim. Oh. Okay. Oh. That makes my heart so happy. If you've got girlfriends, this set is for you. Absolutely for you. Look at how pretty is that. The paper is wonderful. I'd like to think my dies are fabulous, but you know, that's me. I designed them, so I'm kind of biased to them. But I think that once you really start to play and to add and see what you can do with them, see all the pretties that can be done. It's a girl collection, kind of a little more sophisticated until you get to, well, you'll see all of them. I have one that is a girl in a baseball cap with it turned backwards. Using your Marabu crayons, easy way to do a whole colored background and then die cut. You want to be quick coloring for flowers? Just make a whole bunch of backgrounds with your Marabu crayons, and then you can start die cutting out flowers. You need balloons. You can color it with Marabu crayons and then cut balloons. What do you want to die cut that you need just a quick coloring? You don't want to spend all day. I get that. You don't want to spend all day, but you want it to look good. Remember to take your baby wipe and you fold it and you fold it and you fold it and you fold it. Start with your lightest color first. My yellow. Get some down there. Let's take my red right on top of my yellow. Let's go back with some more yellow. Right on top of my red. See how it blends? So now I've made some orange. I've got some yellow going on. I could go back in and add more. Don't be afraid of your Marabu crayons. Play with them. Use them. They're one of the easiest coloring tools to use. And then if I really wanted some red splotches, cut it down to size. I've kept my, oh, I cut it too small. Can you believe that? I kept my, my dies right here. I can't believe I cut it too small. Ah. So we're gonna get part of a butterfly. Bring my machine over. Remember to use your precision base plate. You're going to use your multi-purpose platform or your base plate that you get with your machine, your precision base plate with the instructions down. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Your die at a little bit of an angle. I was so excited with my colors. Plate. And send through. No big ka-thump because I was on an angle. Rotate. Just so your ruler hits it in a new and unique way. Pull it out. And we are good to go. Tweezers. See, I was a little off. That's okay. So close. Oh, but see, you could cut that piece off. And then you could put your sentiment right down there. I mean, there's always a way to make it work, right? There's always a way to make it work. Yeah, see, I wouldn't throw that away. I'd then put my sentiment down here. Awesome. Easy. You saw how quick that took me. No time at all. All right. So I'm going to show you the samples first, and then love that, right? And then we will go ahead and I'll show you all the girls in what they made because they just did a beautiful job. And this is brushed paper by Best Creations. It comes in an assorted pack where you get one sheet of 10 different colors, and then it comes in individual packs where you get 10 sheets of the same color. And it'll be on a YouTube Yummy. I've got 6 dies that make up the I Want It All bundle. Then I have 1 stamp set and I have 1 foil plate, which are not part of the bundles. My bundles are $59.99 for all 6 sets of dies. I know that's crazy, but if you just like 1 or 2 of them, then they're $13.99. The foil plate is $15.99, and the stamp set that I have is $9.99, and wait till you see the size of it. It's huge. So let's start with the first 2, which is my foiling plate, which is not part of the bundle. And then keep your heels, your head, and your standards high. So you get that sentiment, you get stylish, and you get girl boss. Then we played with my sophisticated lady, my sophisticated style, to put her together. And she looked great. So I've got these. Here's my sophisticated lady we were playing with, and the foil plates that we were playing with. Then I have my floppy hat girl from when I was 10 years old, and my Not Afraid of a Little Dirt, because my dad wanted me to be a boy so badly. I was raised like a boy. I played sports like a boy. So I've got my sophisticated, my floppy hat girl. So here's the background. Here's the layering piece, and when you put her together. And then here's the background piece. Here she is with her baseball cap turned backwards, and here she is together. And it says you've got, here's to girls and Not Afraid of a Little Dirt. Because do you have a girl in your life who's a tomboy, who plays softball and sports and gets out there and likes to get her fingernails, doesn't mind that there's dirt underneath them, and digs up the little round potato bugs? And you know, that was me too. So here she is. And my floppy hat girl. My 10th birthday, wearing that big old hat for my sister's wedding. What were we thinking? Then we have my sweet and sassy. So we got sassy, or cheeky and sassy. So she is blowing a bubble. She's got a little attitude about her. You've got the background, you've got the layering piece, and she's blowing a bubble. And then my coffee girl, because yes, I love my coffee. So Elena has put these together. So there she is. And when you buy the bundle, this is only $9.99 for the die. And if you just like one, then it's $13.99. We do our very best to keep our dies as affordable as possible. Look at blowing a bubble, winking at you. Hello. Who doesn't need a little sass in their life? Then I have got the butterfly die that I was working with today, which is part of the I Want It All bundle. And then my stamp set. Okay, so you get all of these sentiments in my stamp set, which is a 5x7. Now, what do these sentiments say? All right, so girl boss is one. Focused, intelligent, motivated, oh, and cute, right? Then I've got one that says, how you make others feel says a lot about you. Then I have girls just want to have funs, because yeah, we do. Then dreams don't work unless you do. Like I said, girl boss, I've got girl boss. And oops is better than a what if. And I totally agree with that. Try, go out there, and oops is better than a what if. I've got be a stiletto in a room full of flats. I've got All You Need Is Wi-Fi and a Dream. I've got Once Upon a Time You Were a Little Girl with Big Dreams That You Promised You Would Make Real One Day. Don't disappoint yourself. Ain't that the truth? Here's to chasing your dreams and the cutest pair of shoes you own. If you want to invest in something with minimum risk and a guaranteed big return, invest in yourself. And your mind will continually believe your mind will continually believe what you tell it. Tell it that you are smart, ambitious, cute, and not afraid to go for it. So all really good inspirational thoughts with a little diamond and a little cup of coffee to go with it. I love this one though. Here's to chasing your dreams and the cutest pair of shoes you own. So there's the stamp set for $9.99. All right, I also have all of the glitter. So I've got the assorted pack, and the assorted pack has one sheet of all 10 colors. And this is a brushed finish, a brushed metal finish, double-sided. It retails for $12.50. We've got it on a YouTube Yummy at 20% off, and it is stunning. All of these colors come in the assorted pack, or if you like one color, like the black, I can't imagine not having a pack of the black, just the black, because I would use just the black all the time. But the assorted is a nice way to start. Then you get to play with it, and because it's double-sided, if you make a mistake, don't worry, it's okay. Flip it around. Paper's got two sides. All right, so all 10 colors. Now, let's go with samples, shall we? So I'm going to show you some of the samples the girls did with the paper. Just the paper. All they used was that brushed metal paper. That's all they used. I'm telling you, you put a sentiment and this card is done. Here's to the girls. Right, with her baseball cap turned backwards. Coffee? Coffee anywhere? And see, we left the pieces in. So you have the detail of it. We left the pieces in. You could have had all of this fall out and paper pieced it together. But we left the detail in like that. This is all done with the brushed. Oh, look at how fabulous she looks. Amazing. Only done with the brushed paper, the brushed metal paper. No other embellishments on these at all. Blowing a big old bubble in your face with a little wink. Her little shoulder. I love these. I love them because all of them have a story. So pretty. So those are samples just using the new Best Creations brushed metal cardstock that is double-sided. Then we get into the SMS Girls cards. Okay, here's Sharon. How cute is this? She's even got a little bow in her hair. Hello, isn't she darling? Let's see that in my way. She's just so cute. These are from Sharon. Here she used glitter paper for her. Not afraid of a little dirt. Here's to girls. Your mind will continually believe what you tell it. So tell it that you're smart, ambitious, cute, and not afraid to go for it. Every now and then somebody needs to hear something like that. These are from Sharon. And then we have Miss Belinda. And here's Belinda's Coffee Girl. And her background. And she cut out a heart and put that heart in the middle of her butterflies. And here she used texture paste and puff, and it's got dimension, and I don't know how she did the dimension, but it's very cool. I don't know if she just painted and painted and painted or what she did, but it's very, very, very cool, Belinda. Oh, she did it on this one too. Not afraid of a little dirt. Right? These are Belinda. Dreams don't work unless you do. And then it has the girl boss down at the bottom. And here she did in honor of my favorite, Wicked. Love it, Belinda. Then we have Claire. Oh, Claire, your little flowery came off and I don't know where it goes. It's got to go somewhere. Well, we'll save it. This is Claire. And her classy. And here she foiled. So you've got the stilettos, and then you open it up. Keep your heels, your head, and your standards high. And here's her background. Butterflies that she did out of a text background, and she inked it. How you make others feel says a lot about you. This is Claire. And then this is the same die. Same die. Totally different look. Completely different look. So cute. And then Miss Claire went above and beyond the Call of Duty here, and she put together a mini album. Where she's used the dies. Sometimes coffee. Sometimes girls just want to have funs. How cute is this, right? Sometimes cheeky. So the titles of her pages all start with sometimes. Sometimes très chic. Where's my sometimes, Claire? It doesn't have a sometimes on it, but she looks darling in there, doesn't she? Love the pattern paper. Sometimes dessert. So Claire made a fabulous little mini album. So cute. Oh, she's got to finish it. She's not done yet. Girl. Darling, that's from Claire. Then we have Elena. Let me pull Elena's over. And Elena does the same. She just makes, first off, she makes all of the storyboards. But then Elena puts things like this together, where you open it up, and then she has used every die in the set. Now That's very clever, Elena. And then you turn it over, and there are the rest. Oh, love her, Elena. Love her. Oh my gosh, she's fabulous. This is Elena, and she puts these little books together, and then it all folds down and closes up. But just how lovely to have outstanding up. Isn't that amazing? This is Elena. And then Elena also takes her rubber mounted stamps off her block, and a lot of our customers did, and they all gave Elena the wood blocks. So she took that and made a little piece of altered art. And because it's a wood block, it just stands right up. Lay it right down. She's got a little bit of a coaster on the bottom of it. How cute is that? Love that. Because I love my coffee. But somebody said, but Stacy, you don't wear your hair in a bun. No, I don't, but it's still me, trust me. And then she did on a piece of wood. Look at how classy and sassy chic. It's girl time. This is Elena's mixed media altered art piece. And there's my die. Last but not least, I have Doris. How fabulous is she? Love her. And then we've got my bubblegum poppin' sassy girl. And then my coffee drinking girl, which then opens up, and she changed it. She put, all you need is Wi-Fi and fresh coffee. Okay, I'm okay with that. So she only stamped part of it and then added the fresh coffee, which comes with the die. So cute. And then her background piece. Where she did the whole coloring and blending and then just laid the background right on top of it. Her not afraid of a little dirt, where she used my must-haves. All right, you guys. So keep in mind that, did I forget it? No, I think I got everybody. Keep in mind, Simply Defined and Simply Refined, let me get tilt back. Those are exclusive here to Scrapbooking Made Simple. They are my designs, it's my brand. So I often encourage you to go shop elsewhere, but for this product, the only place you're going to get it is here. But it's at a value price. I do my darndest to keep my prices as low as I can, especially on my product. I think that a background die, this die, even at $13.99, is a really great value. But if you get the I Want It All bundle, then it comes down to $9.99, $10. You can't go wrong. If you have a place that sells the Marabu crayons, get the Marabu crayons there. The paper, the metal paper. This is also, the brushed metal is exclusive to us, and it's just yummy. It wasn't actually supposed to be in this YouTube, but it got here early and I said, I cannot wait. So I didn't. Now you can come shop in our local retail store and come say hello. Many of you do, and it's just wonderful to have you in the store. We are so honored and humbled to have you come visit us. It's just, and I'm down there in the store most often. I mean, the only time I'm not there is when I'm gone. But most often I'm there to say hello and have you shop with us. We love seeing you. But if you can't make it to the shop, then you can find us online at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. and look under the YouTube Yummies category, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Now it's me, Stacy, and I have got to go catch an airplane because I have got to get to Creativation. I'll be back from Creativation on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I leave for Germany. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, I leave for Germany for Creative World, where again, that's where I find all of the manufacturers like Ciao Bella and Minte and Find It and Studio Light and all of the manufacturers that we don't necessarily have here in the States. I go there and it's just a little bit of heaven going there. I just love looking around. So stay tuned. They'll be live from Creative World as well. All right, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you live from the show floor in Phoenix, Arizona, starting Saturday morning. Bye, everybody. Good to see you.